What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rome, and today I wanted to do a little comparison, not more for comparison, but just more so for you guys to see the two different aspect ratios here, because a lot of people are bashing this little wide, the more wide aspect ratio, but this is all gonna boil down to preference. But you know what? Let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we're going to look at the displays while they're closed and just kind of talk about those. So on the front display on both devices, we're familiar with the regular foldable. They've been around for quite a few years now. So we know what the social media experience is like on these, but I want you to see them side by side. I'm not sure what's going to come up, so forgive my timeline because I'm just not sure what's going to pop up on here. You got the whole Kendrick Drake thing going on right now. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so you'll see that you'll get more vertical, multiple posts. I'll say that, multiple posts on the taller aspect ratio on the front of the device. This one is short, but you still can get a full post in here on Threads. But what we'll do is let's jump over to, let's say, Snapchat, not Snapchat. What, goodness gracious, Instagram. And let's see. Oh, fortunately, I'm getting the same post on both. So look, this is what you get. Let's get the post fully in frame, and you'll see that you do not get the full post on the wider aspect, the more squared front aspect ratio on here. But hey, you still can see majority of the stuff. And let me make sure my volume is turned down on both. All right, so when you click into it, you can see the full post here. It kind of like frames it in so you can see everything here. And look at all the information that's on the outside of the post now. So that's pretty cool. It moved it to the outside. So they're doing something here, some kind of magic over here. And you can see this is what we're used to. You see the full post here. You even get the little descriptor down here at the bottom while it's in frame on this video. So this is what you're going to be looking at typically. Okay, so what I'll say is everything is tall on here, you get more information on here as far as each post goes. When it comes to, let's say, let's go to YouTube. Let's come out of there, go to YouTube. Subnautica 2 really has me interested in it, so I may have to jump on board. All right, let me go to the same YouTube. There we go. All right. So here we go, Subnautica. I got everything turned down. So that is how things are going to look. You're going to get like the wider aspect ratio up here, and you still get your comments down below. You get much more comment information over here on the right, which is fine. Like I said, this is all going to boil down to preference. All right. So you still, I mean, it's still usable. This is fully usable, actually. And this is just what we're used to, right? But let's say we want to jump into that inside. Look, I mean, wow, let me do this here and do this here. So you can see that the video is larger on that one. But if I were to turn it this way and let's go full screen, I'm trying to compare these relatively well for you guys. You can see that they're almost the same size. Almost, but you still get a little more real estate in this wider version here with less black bars on top and bottom of the video, which, this is all going to boil down to preference. I mean, I'm going to say that a few times, but it is what it is. But see, this is what you're going to get. All right. As far as video, this one is going to be more for media consumption as far as like just video, Netflix, whatever you're into. And I feel like these are more for social media. I just really feel like that's for social media. But while we're talking about that, let's go ahead and switch back over to social media. All right, so back on the social media front, look, here we go. This is what you're going to get. Now, I could just easily rotate this one. So, depending on what you're trying to accomplish here, you could, each phone, you're going to rotate for different things. You could easily consume social media on here. Look at that. If that's what you want to do, you can do it here. Bam. and it corrects the aspect ratio to bring the video fully into frame. I mean, it's all what you're into. I think I got the phone turned the wrong way. Yeah, there we go. Look, I'm rotating the phone so much, I don't even know which one is the correct orientation anymore. So here we go. I mean, both are easily usable. It just, like I said, this is going to boil down to what you do most on your device. If you're a social media guy or a girl and this is what you consume mostly, you doom scroll on social media all day, maybe this is for you. It's still usable here, fully usable actually. I mean, you can easily rotate your phone again. Boom, boom. So it really boils down to what your preference is. And let's go into, I'm going to do a little multitasking, but I'm not going to compare these as how they multitask. That's what I'm not going to do. I just want to show you how it looks on both devices. All right. So let's go ahead and pop Instagram back up. Click the button, multitask view, threads. We had that open. All right. Let's add another app. I believe you can only do 3 at a time, and let's open YouTube back up. All right. So that's how it does utilize that real estate very well on here, actually. So let's go ahead and do the same on here. I think I had a 3 app combo set. Yep, I did. So look, that's how it's going to look on here. They both, it's just different. It's just different. Let me see if I can rotate that. Yeah. So I'm not going to compare how they multitask because it's just different. This is Huawei versus established Android OS or whatever. So I'm not going to compare how. I just want you to see how it looks. They do it differently, but they both use their space very well. Look at that. Oh, it's so smooth. And the same here. I think I can actually expand this. Yep, see, and you can do it up here. So once again, not comparing. I just want you to see how that looks. So very nice, very nice, very nice. Good stuff. So this is what you'll get. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think if I have a document that I could open. Give me one moment, guys. All right. So I don't. I think I do have a document, but we'll jump to that in just a moment. Here's how browsing looks on here. I mean, it's still usable. I mean, I don't know why people are so mad at the wider aspect ratio. But there's a market for this. Otherwise, we all know that Apple would not be jumping into this market coming soon in the future. So there is a market for wider devices. You know, a lot of people really want to feel like they have a tablet in their pocket, and this fits that aspect ratio. So look at that. That's how that looks. While you do get more vertical information in the on the Oppo Find, the taller aspect ratio, I have a real appreciation for this wider aspect ratio quite a bit. So that's how that looks. Let me pull up a document. I'm just trying not to show any crazy information on camera, so I don't have to edit it so much afterwards, so I can get to see you guys in a timely manner. But I'll be right back. All right, so I have my younger brother's fighting game guide pulled up on both phones, and I just kind of want to let you guys see how that looks. All right, so here's what you get. Like, once again, this is going to be a common thing. You're going to get more vertical information here and here. And let's pull up comments on both. It puts it over to the right on this one, and it pops it down below in like a window kind of. On this one, you go drag it up and down. I don't feel like you have, you know, freedom to do as, what am I doing? There we go. Let's pull that back down mid-screen. And yeah, you can't really move this window. It's kind of static on the right side of the screen, but look at that. You can go in and edit whatever, you know, people, hey, he said delete things. I don't know where that, maybe I can click on that and they'll tell me where to go. That would be cool if you can click on the comment and they could take you to the section that he's saying, hey, remove this, but fine. Maybe he's just saying remove that reference, I mean, the word period from your document and use another word. But either way, look at that's just how it looks. So this is all going to come down to preference, people. Let me see. Games. Let me see something that I have on both. I think I have Wuthering Waves on both. So I'm going to fire that up and let you guys see how that looks on both devices, and I'll be right back. Once again, I'm going to chime in a little bit and just kind of point this out quickly. This video is more about the aspect ratio as opposed to the device, but of course, that Snapdragon is just impressive. Compiling shaders takes forever on this freaking game, but yeah, you can see it's moving considerably faster on the Snapdragon chipset as opposed to the Kirin chipset, and that's mainly due to the government banning them and not allowing them to make a chip of a certain size or everything. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people are concerned about the chipset. If you're in the US, I wouldn't be concerned so much about the chipset on Huawei devices because you're most likely not going to get a Huawei. If you're watching this video actually and you're in the US, you're most likely thinking about a Samsung wide device or the Apple wide device. I think they're calling it the Apple Ultra. I don't know why, but whatever. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. This is about the aspect ratio, not performance, but I did want to bring it up for the people that do care and maybe thinking about getting a Kirin chip. It doesn't impact anything else. Mainly is more impactful to gaming and stuff on the device. The phone itself is not getting warm by any means, and it handles heat dissipation fairly well in my experience. But yeah, just wanted to mention that chipset really quickly for those that do care and maybe thinking about this device. It does move a little, quite a bit slower than the Snapdragon as far as gaming and patching and stuff. Ah, I went through all that for no reason because it kicks you out of the freaking game if you're logged in more than one location. Never tried it at the same time, actually. But okay, so I guess what I have to do is just show you kind of at separate times. So here's the wider aspect ratio. Look at all that. So you get that and you get less vertical, of course, the theme of the video. Look at that. Okay. So once you finally get into the freaking game, after all the patching and everything, it's beautiful. And you can see what you get there. I really wish I could show these at the same time. I may have to try to figure that out. But yeah, that's what you get here. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, I'm going to come out of the game. I'm going to close it. All right, I'm going to log back in here. And I want to show you guys something. I don't know if it's the devs of these games that are thirsty or the people that play this game, which is, I mean, I guess I'm one of them because I play it. But you'll see. You'll see. This is interesting. But anyway, same spot. Look at that. So more squared. Look at that. So that's what you get. You get a little bit more vertical, a little less wide. So you know what I like, you know what I'll compare this to? It feels more like if you have a computer and you game on PC or anything like that, this feels more like if you have a widescreen monitor, and this feels like a regular monitor. Not exactly, but closer. But anyway, let me show you guys this. I'm like, this is insane. So I clicked into this to see what it was, and I was reading the description. It says soft, round, and soothing to the touch. What are we talking about here? Take Fleet, take Fleet Snow Fluff's favorite mascot with you on your journey to save the world. So they're talking about the thing on top of her head. I don't know. But anyway, let me go ahead and wrap this video up. But yeah, that was interesting to me. But yeah, this is what you'll get between these two different devices or whatever. I compare it to like widescreen, more closely comparable to a TV or a tablet. And this is just more squared. It's really going to boil down to what you need, what your daily uses are, or your daily needs when it comes to your phone. That's all this boils down to. There's no need to hate on one aspect ratio versus the other. It's fully usable. Apps have come a long way. Developers have done a lot to make their apps adjust better to all these different aspect ratios, resolutions on these different phones, so on and so forth. It's come a long way, so you can get either one of these devices and be perfectly fine, okay, with your daily uses. But one will fit your need a little bit better. That's it. That's it. No need to hate on one or the other. All right. So with all that being said, I really appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. There's plenty more content coming, especially with the wide foldable coming later this year. And plus I got a few other phones that I'm still working through reviewing and learning and seeing how they perform in day to day. So feel free to like, subscribe to the channel. It all goes a long way. Helps me continue to bring these devices to you guys. These reviews, these tips, and so on and so forth. It all goes a long way. It really does. So really appreciate you guys being here. And I'll catch you in the next one. Later.